Welcome back. Now that our application is exposed to the internet, it becomes susceptible to various threats. In this session, we will dive into AWS Managed Firewall, exploring how they can be utilized to safeguard our infrastructure. Web Application Firewall, or WAF, is a security service provided by AWS that helps protect web applications from common web exploits and attacks. It aims to safeguard applications against threats that could affect application availability, compromise security, or consume excessive resources. AWS WAF utilizes WAF rules to control which traffic to allow or block to your web application. These rules can be based on various criteria such as IP addresses, HTTP headers, HTTP body, URI strings, SQL injection, and cross-site scripting. AWS WAF offers three primary actions: allow, block, and count, to control how it responds to web requests based on the rules you define. Allow action permits requests that match the criteria set in your rules. When a request matches the condition of a block rule, AWS WAF prevents it from reaching your resource. This action is crucial for stopping unwanted or potentially harmful traffic, such as requests that are part of a cyber attack or that don't meet your specified criteria. The count action is particularly useful for monitoring and testing your AWS WAF rules. Instead of allowing or blocking requests, it simply tallies the number of requests that match the rule criteria. This action helps in understanding the impact of a rule before you set it to allow or block, and it's useful for identifying trends and potential threats without affecting the flow of legitimate traffic. AWS Managed Rules for WAF are pre-configured sets of rules curated by AWS security experts to protect web applications from common web threats and vulnerabilities. These rules are designed to simplify the setup and maintenance of security rules on AWS WAF. They are regularly updated by AWS to reflect the latest threat landscape. Custom rules in WAF allow you to define specific security conditions tailored to the unique requirements of your web application. These rules enable you to finely control and manage how traffic is handled, providing a layer of security customized to your application's needs. WAF is a complex service, so we will just demo a high-level usage by utilizing the pre-configured rules by AWS. Before we start, let's test our existing infrastructure by using a SQL injection attack. As we see, our application is happily responding back without detecting the attack, which is a big security flaw. So let's go ahead and fix it using Web Application Firewall. So let's type WAF in your search bar and select the link. This will open the WAF dashboard. Currently, we have not configured any firewall rules, so let's go ahead and create one. In this demo, we will create one for CloudFront, so select that option. Keep the defaults and select Next. To add rules to your firewall, click on Add Rule and select AWS Managed Rule option. Expand AWS Managed Rule group and select the ones you are interested in. For this demo, we will use IP reputation list, core rules that will handle the threats described in OWASP publications, and SQL database. After selection, click on Add Rules. Default action deals with requests that do not match any rule. You can either allow them or block them. For this workshop, we will allow them. After that, review the rule priority and click Next. Define CloudWatch metrics and enable sample requests. After that, create the Web ACL. Once the Web ACL is created, we need to attach it to our CloudFront distribution. So click on the WAF and select Associated AWS Resources tab. Currently, it is not associated with any resource, so let's click Add AWS Resources button and select our CloudFront distribution and click Add. We can also verify the association by looking at our CloudFront distribution's Security tab. Now that we have a firewall attached to our CloudFront distribution, let's put it to the test by sending the same SQL injection attack we sent earlier. This time, the firewall will analyze the request, and since it will match one of the blocked rules, the request will be prohibited. This shows how we can use WAF to protect the outer boundary of our application. Thanks for watching and see you in the next session.